back again with another video. So, should you finance a truck or pay for it cash if you got the money to do it? First of all, if you are buying a truck and you're in the market or you're close to getting a truck, make sure you also are putting yourself in position to get your own plates on your truck and also get your own fuel cards for your truck, because, you know, believe it or not, if you are looking to transition later on to getting your own authority, you're going to lease on first to kind of like, you know, start making some money right away with the truck while your authority goes active and stuff like that, which is what I did. I do recommend getting your own plates, getting your own fuel cards for your truck. And if you are thinking about paying for your truck cash, I'm also going to assume that you're able to, you know, pay the money to get your own plates on your truck. So, but with that being said, leave me a message, shoot me an email. I got some very good information for you guys, so you don't jump out there and get with the wrong fuel cards or factor it for that purpose. If you're going to get your own authority, shoot me an email so I can get you that information for insurance, because insurance is the #1 thing that you're going to need to activate your authority, fuel cards, and just shoot me an email and I got the information for you. As far as the plates for your truck, you know, that goes by your state, whatever state you're registering the truck in, and you need to, you know, get with your local DMV to get that information for that. But as for the insurance and your fuel cards, hits me up. I got some good information for you guys that I want to pass along. Make sure you get it. That's why I want you to email me so I can make sure you get that information and talk to the people directly that you need to talk to that can help you out with that. Now, when it comes to whether you should finance a truck or pay for it cash, me personally, I financed my truck. And the reason for that being is that, yeah, if you have the money to pay for your truck outright, it's a couple different ways to look at that. And keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion, okay? If you have the money to, let's start with buying a truck cash straight out. Now, if your business is set up that way, you have the income, the capital, and all that to pay out that money right up front like that, to pay for the truck cash, it can be a good thing. But to me personally, if I'm just starting out, I won't consider my business profitable until I get that money back. So if you're paying $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 out for a truck, you know, I'm going to assume that your expenses are very low and you have money already put aside also for maintenance and stuff for that truck. So in other words, you wouldn't want to give up all the capital right up front, paying for a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 truck. Another key component to that is going to be whether or not you're going to be over the road trucking, local, regional, whatever. Because if you're going to do a lot of OTR driving with the truck, I'm going to assume that you're going to want to buy a decent truck. And now you're talking $40,000, $50,000 truck. Yeah, some can say, I get it. You could go to the auction and buy a truck for $20,000 and it's going to work just fine and all that stuff. But me personally, I went to the dealership to buy my truck and I financed it, right? So you can finance it under the business name and you can get all kind of benefits and write-offs by doing it that way, like writing off the initial depreciation and all of this different type of stuff when it comes to that type of stuff. But that's on the financing side. You can do it on an outright purchase as well. I'm not sure, so I don't know about that part of it. But I would say if you got the money in the bank to maintain the truck, and you got the money in the bank for any expenses for the truck, go ahead and do it. You can purchase it cash, but me personally, to buy the truck that way, I won't consider myself making any profit until I get whatever the price that I spent in cash for that truck. Until I get that money back, I wouldn't consider my business profitable. Now, that can be 6 months, a year. It depends on whether you're leasing your truck on. It depends on whether you are running on your own authority. If you're paying all this money out for an authority, buying a truck and all of that, it's going to get pretty expensive. I recommend maintaining some cash flow, maintaining some capital, and finance the truck. Financing the truck is very simple, straightforward. You might need to have decent credit. You might not, depending on what it is. Having great, awesome credit is always the key because you're going to get low interest rate. I talk about how to build your credit, how to get your credit going, especially if you're in school right now and you're looking to purchase a truck. That's your goal. It was always my goal when I first got out into trucking. I always say I'm going to get my own truck, so that's always been something that I wanted to do. That's why I move things along so quickly. But when you finance a truck, now you can actually allow that truck to pay for itself. If you're going to lease that truck onto a carrier, that allows you to make money, bring in income, and you have a truck payment, right? You pay that truck payment out every single month and you keep the profit, pocket the profit, save the profit, invest it, or whatever you want to do. But you can take the money that you make out of your settlements that you get for running the truck and use that money to pay the truck payment. That's why I finance the truck. I finance the truck to let that truck pay for itself. Running loads, getting paid, let the truck pay for itself. That's why I particularly like to finance the truck. Leasing the truck. Leasing can be okay. It depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you're wanting to do at the end of the lease, whether you're just going to use the truck as a tool and you're going to make money off of the truck, even though you got to pay for the fuel, the expenses, and all of that of the truck. You taking all the cash that you make off the truck and you can give that truck back whenever you see a different opportunity or you want to move forward. You're not tied down or obligated to that truck by no means. That is the only lease that I recommend. If you get into a lease where you have a lease buyout and you have all this stuff, you're financially obligated to that truck, it's not going to work. The lease that I was in, when I leased my white truck, it was a walkaway lease. Very straightforward lease. And I ended up walking away from it because I talked about it in my previous videos. I just wanted to go ahead and get started with my authority. I still had about 2 more years or so to keep that truck if I wanted to keep it. And I couldn't take the truck with me or get my own authority with it until after I was done paying for the lease. My lease on that truck was a 3-year lease, walk away. So if I would have kept the truck for 3 years, I would have owned the truck outright. They would have gave me the title. It would have been my truck. But if I wanted to give the truck back at any time, I could have turned the truck in, walked away from it, no penalty, no nothing. That is an awesome lease. That truck was $50,000 for 3 years. So you do the math. They was taking the money out weekly, and that's what I was paying for the truck. It was a 2000. At the time, it was a 2013 Freightliner Cascadia, $50,000, had low miles on it. I could have kept that truck if I had stayed with Rosedale's for the 3 years of the lease. I would have owned the truck outright, and then I could have took the truck wherever I wanted to go. That's an outstanding walkaway lease. I had the truck for about a year, and then I decided to go ahead and walk away from it because I was making enough money to go ahead and buy my truck, and I could go ahead and get into what I wanted to do much sooner. Instead of staying there for those 2 additional years that I would have needed to pay for that truck and keep the truck, I ended up taking money, buying a truck for 3 years, took the money and ended up financing the truck for 3 years, so which would have put me out an additional year. But what I did to offset that was put extra payments down on my truck. Now I'm going to pay off my current truck that I have in the same amount of time that it would have took me to pay off the Rosedale truck. Now I'm already doing what I want to do. I'm already doing my own thing. I already have my own authority. I already have all my own stuff instead of still being at Rosedale right now to pay for the truck that I had with them. So that's it, guys. What do I prefer? I prefer to finance the truck, let the truck pay for itself. Or if you're going to get into a lease opportunity with a truck, that was a good way to have a truck that you don't have to use your credit. You don't have to put the money down or anything like that. And that was a straight walkaway lease. I could have stayed there for 3 years, owned the truck outright, and then moved on to my authority situation. So in that type of scenario, that lease option would have been good. But if you have the money, if you have credit and all this type of stuff, and you want to buy your truck, you can definitely get some decent interest rates on truck right now, and you can go ahead and get into your own thing. And that's why I preferred for my own self to finance the truck, so I can run loads, put that truck on the road, put that truck to work, and let that truck pay for itself. So hope this video was helpful. Until next time, see you in the next video.